Today was a big day for Ford. They announced a new Model T moment. They're going to change up the assembly line process. They're going to bring an affordable electric vehicle lineup to the market. They're going to start with a midsize EV pickup truck that's going to cost $30,000. And it's going to change the way Americans buy trucks. Hey, it's Tim, Pickup Truck Plus SUV Talk. Full disclosure, I wasn't going to do a video on this because there's not much to talk about. I put it on my Facebook, and people won't stop talking about it. So clearly, we need to talk about this. So I'm going to go here and show you in a minute. I wrote an article on the website, and I'm going to talk about that. But let's play the video from Ford. I'm going to put it on my screen. I want you guys to watch this video because I think it's pretty interesting. I want to make sure I cue it up for you guys just right. Let's see. It's okay. I think it's right there. All right, great. I'm going to turn on the sound. Get my ducks in a row here. I'll make sure we're all on the same page because I think it's interesting. So let's talk about what we do know, and we'll play this recording.
It began with a radical idea: to build a car for everyone, offering unprecedented mobility at an unprecedented price. The Model T put the world on wheels. We pioneered the moving assembly line to make it easier to build and streamline raw material supply to meet demand. It was a defining moment, not just for Ford, but for a generation on the move. But it didn't come from a single eureka moment. It was the quiet power of an engineering mindset, an unwavering drive for simplicity, radically fewer parts, a relentless focus on reducing weight. One chassis, many body styles. Car ownership became a reality for millions, creating a loop of affordability and access at a scale the world had never seen. And now, inspired by the Model T, another revolution is taking shape with the same transformative spirit. A platform founded on relentless efficiency, radical simplification, and flexibility. A vehicle assembled in a reimagined factory with bold design, more space, endless configurability, and an entirely new digital experience. Priced for possibility, easy to own, low maintenance, and fun to drive. And it starts right here in Louisville, where for 70 years we've built with passion, craft, ingenuity, and care. From Kentucky to the world, a new chapter starts now.
Okay, so they're calling that the Universal EV Car Platform. I think that's all the terminology I have for it. Let me pull up the website too, because I have a story written up there as well. And we don't know much else about this besides the fact, well, they're investing a rather large amount of money. Between the plant in Louisville and the plant in Michigan, we have $5 billion, a total of 4,000 jobs. They're going to invest in building this lineup. The first thing will be an EV pickup. You can see it over Jim Farley's shoulder here. But this is the modular platform, which is what EVs are. Rivian's done this. Tesla's done this. You basically build what turns out to be like a skateboard. You have the battery in the bottom. You have the electric motors on the wheels. Then you build whatever you want on top of it. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to dash on what he's saying. I'm not trying to poo-poo on his idea, but this is what EVs are. I think you go back to remote control cars. We've known this stuff, little remote control stuff. Anyways, so they're going to build this. They're also going to change the way they're going to produce these in the factory. Instead of a rolling assembly line, they're going to build these in 3 different parts and basically pre-assemble them and then put them together in the end. They say it's going to cause them less manufacturing costs. It's going to keep the prices down and allow them to get this $30,000 price point. Now, at this point in time, if this was 2019, maybe 2021, I'd be more excited by this. But we've seen these promises of these low-cost EVs time and time again. They don't seem to pan out, so I'm a little skeptical. Call me a little skeptical at this point. I hope it comes out $30,000, but I'm skeptical at this point. So it's just beginning, like we talked about. So, and the idea is the range. We don't know range yet. The press release states it's going to be amazing. Enough power to powerhouse for 6 days. Cost of ownership should be less. It should be. Right now at EVs, we've seen that the cost of ownership has actually been higher in some regards with some of these EVs. It's the same price as a Model T when adjusted for inflation. It's rather interesting when we look at it. Be quick as a Mustang EcoBoost, and it has more passenger volume than a Toyota. People don't say that, but a Toyota RAV4, the best-selling vehicle in America. So more passenger volume than RAV4, faster than Mustang EcoBoost. And why did he go pickup? Well, I watched Farley talk about this on a news program, and he said, "Look, he goes, it's the most utility vehicle out there. Instead of putting like bike racks on stuff or having like roof racks, you have a bed. You have a 4-door vehicle that's like an SUV. You have a bed to throw your bikes, you throw your whatever you want in the bed. You have more utility, so it makes sense. And hey, let's be frank here. As a guy who runs a pickup truck plus SUV talk channel, pickup truck being the two key words here, I'm a big fan of pickups and trucks. So yeah, I think utility is a huge win. So I'm big about this, and I'm a big fan of this idea. I mean, I like to see more people in trucks, more people searching for trucks, much more videos in trucks, right? But yeah, I'm thinking, well, okay, I want to be excited. All right, so they're gonna piece it all together. They're gonna use not new. They're gonna use a lithium ion or iron phosphate battery, the LFP. So they have another battery. It's the I wrote about this. It's I will click on that where I wrote about it. But yeah, I did a story on this. Like, look to that. Oh, it's right here. And there's an image. Let me go down this image right here. Brain, excuse me for a minute. Nickel, cobalt, manganese. Anyways, so this is the current battery, and you can use it's more energy, more power, better cold weather performance. Lithium iron has lower cost, easier to get availability materials. Lifespan's a little bit better, but it doesn't do so well in the cold weather. Energy is not so great. Doesn't hold energy as well, so you don't have long distance, and it's not as powerful as these other batteries. That's how that goes. So it's not as good a material, but they said when they did a change, they did the Mustang Mach-E, they changed this from the nickel to the lithium, and the Mach-E had a similar amount of range. Now, they also took away some things in the Mach-E to make it work. They took away, I think, the heated seats or steering wheel, something like that, to make the range. So they're making a change. The other thing about the lithium iron phosphate battery, it doesn't catch fire as easily as other batteries. There's another one that's another battery type. You guys can tell me in the comments. I'm just going to finish recording this video. But so what do we know? We know they're using a different battery. Won't catch fire. Doesn't do so well in the cold as other batteries will. Range isn't as far. It's cheaper to build. Getting materials is easier with the current tariff situation going on. China raw material issue, maybe a better thing with that. Keeping costs down. Affordability is a big issue in the marketplace. Cheaper truck for that. Okay. We know federal tax credit ends in about 6 weeks. We know that this won't come out till 2027. We know we've been promised time and time again an inexpensive EV truck. It's never materialized. Maybe they're going to do it. Is this going to be the Model T moment? Is this going to be Jim Farley putting all his cards on the table? Is this going to be the big thing that's going to turn Ford's EV business around? They lost $1.3 billion last quarter. Just last quarter. That's 3 months of business. In just 3 months, lost $1.3 billion on the EV business. Can this flip it around? I have a big quote from Carl Brauer, who is with the iccars.com editor, and him and I talk a little bit offline on this stuff, and it's like skeptical. And I'm very critical. I'm not anti-EV, but my goodness, it's been promised and promised and promised and promised. It hasn't come to fruition. So what do you guys think? Comments down below. Again, it seems like you guys want to talk about it. My Facebook's blowing up. I thought, let's just throw a video up here for you guys tonight. Is this Ford investing the right thing? Should they work on maybe, I don't know, quality recalls? Maybe that's an issue they should work on instead. Sound off down below. Check out the videos out and channel up over here. Website down below as well. PickupTruckTalk.com. As always, thanks for watching. I will see you down the road.